Shelley's on the phone to Carla's son. Morning, how you doing? I think I'll take Rollo up into the hills. Something needs to be discussed. I don't even know where the dog is. Rollo! There he is, come on! You can see him coming over this shoulder here somewhere. There he comes, come on! I'll take him up into the hills, go for a bit of a wander. Interesting one, this one. Yeah, mate. Somebody mentioned I need to paint the gate. I do, still there. Very interesting one, this one. I was at work last night, the Irish Oak, till 2. Very, very quiet night, really quiet night. Not a great night at all, but that happened. And sat there just playing some tunes. Sat there on my phone, messing around a little bit. And sat on Facebook. And a post appeared on Facebook that even though I wasn't mentioned, it was a trillion percent directed at me. I've got it here. So they posted, God, no, about 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock, I don't even know what time it was now. It says, I go to work, I have drinks with people on their holidays to help them have their best holiday memories. All comperes and entertainers do that. That's why we have our jobs, have in capitals. It's not us. We're not the superstars. It's them, me and the customers. Stop being your own fucking ego. Your punters and the people working behind the bar are way, way more important than a jumped up fucking karaoke singer. So he's calling, basically at the moment, he's slagging comperes off across the board, calling them just jumped up karaoke singers, up to now. That's all we are, folks. Stop with the YouTube trillion views shit. Now you see, that's all of a sudden now directed from all the comperes down to me, because I don't think there's many more comperes at the moment that are doing YouTube, to be honest with you. It means nothing. We do our job for our customers. Now this is the sentence I really want to get to. Know your place. Know your place. Unreal. The one thing about ego, the only person that will see through it from the start is you. That's what they was, and it's direct to me, 100% directed at me, which was actually, I was taken aback first of all. I actually sent the message to Shelley, and Shelley took it personal. She took offence at it, and it's not even directed at her, which clearly it isn't. And you even say it afterwards. It's not personally directed at you, because it's not. It's directed at me. But there's a couple of things that are amiss here, because the first things first is I actually put a post back up this morning after a long thought on this morning, and my post this morning says, some call it ego. I prefer to call it self-belief, determination, and drive. Some people just cannot handle that. That's all. Enjoy your day. And I've been out this morning walking the dog and stuff like that, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, why on earth would someone feel the need to go on Facebook, who we know, to put a post up like that, which is clearly detected at one person? There's only a couple of reasons. Number one's the main one's drink, because that normally happens, you know, and if it's drink, there's apologies, whatever. Number 2, jealousy. Number 3, outside influence, which I strongly believe it could be that as well. But I'm not annoyed at it. I'm not actually annoyed at it, because it's so far off the mark. It is ridiculous. Because later on, what was funny, this one got me as well. Because in the to-ing and fro-ing of conversations, as I say, I don't normally put my dirty washing out. But when Shelley spoke about it, the reply was, the final sentence was, however, I don't have to justify why I posted anything on my Facebook page. Well, neither do I. I don't either, do I? And as Ricky Gervais always says, if you don't like it, turn off. If you don't like it, turn it off. That's it. Simple. Gone. But there's a couple of things I need to address. The first one is the way it was insinuated was that I'm posting and just smashing and all this sort of stuff at ego. It's not about ego in the slightest. It's about It's about competing. It's about competing. I'm a very competitive person in my life. I've always have been. When I became a pro golfer, I wanted to be the best golfer I could. And I failed. Didn't do it. So I became a teacher. But it was a singular sport. Singular. I'm competing against myself. When I went to car sales, it was about getting target driven of selling cars and targets. It was about my own target. I got paid off my target. So it was all about myself. It wasn't competing against other people. I was competing against myself. When it came to playing poker, it's a singular sport. I was competing against myself. And when it comes to doing what I do here in Tenerife, it's not competing about anybody else. I compete against myself here on this island. If you take offence at that, at me competing against myself, then that issue lies with you. That issue doesn't lie with me. The collateral damage is on your toes, not mine. You are the collateral damage of it, of me actually trying to compete against myself. So much so that you felt the need to shout from the rooftops and to show yourself, really. I think that's the truth. That's the first thing. The second thing was that sentence, know your place. That is a phenomenal 3-word sentence, know your place. And this is the reason why I wanted to do this vlog more than anything else. I had to give you the backstory of it. If you know your place, and then you're trying to categorize me to know my place that should be where it should be in standing against you, then you're completely off the mark and completely out of order. And this is happening in your life as well. Those people are completely off the mark and completely out of order. There's a great analogy, there's a true story, I believe, that I've heard, that if you imagine you get a bucket, big bucket full of crabs, and they're alive, and one crab tries to escape the bucket, the rumour is that the other crabs in the bucket will actually grab that crab and try and pull that crab back in the bucket. And this is the scenario that I think I'm now seeing quite clearly. Because if I want to get out of the bucket, that's down to me. If you want to be a crab and stay in the bucket with your other crabs and then high five if you pull somebody back into a bucket, who are you? Because that's not the sort of person I am. I was chatting with somebody on the island who's very successful, and she came, they came from nothing and celebrating their success, because that's what it is, celebrations of success. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be pulling them back into the bucket. I always found that a really good analogy. I really, really did. But the reason for this vlog, as I said, is if I didn't do anything about it, it most probably mean that I condone, or I take it as a verbal slap, so to be, on that Facebook post. I take that as a verbal slap. And I 100% don't. I 100% don't. I think the problem's on your toes and not on mine. 100% it's on your toes. At the start of this vlog, there are many reasons why people do stuff like this. Number one could be drink. Drink. Too much drink sometimes. Loose lips sink ships, doesn't it? Really. It really does. And, the other thing about drink is sometimes true colours come out. If that's the case, at least I know where I stand. Come on, this way. At least I know where I stand. Number two, jealousy. Jealousy of other people's success. It's not a nice trait to have. It's not a nice trait to have. Or number three, outside influence. It could be that somebody else in that group is stirring the witch's pot. I don't know. But all three of them are not on me. All three of them are on that person. So I wanted to show this, so much so. I really want to show this to show that the fact is that there's no anger coming from this side. Oh, do you know the other thing as well, which is really quite funny, is that off that post, the usual suspects jumped on and started commenting. They're like the kids in the school ground who stand behind somebody and go like, yeah, yeah. That happened as well, and that was just funny because that just made me laugh. It really did. So to end this, and I hope if somebody's watching this not on the island, this isn't. No, how do you say this? This is my comeback. My comeback is that I'm not annoyed. I'm generally not annoyed. True colours show. I know exactly who I am. I genuinely know who I am, and I do not have an issue with who I am. Might question to see if you know who you are, maybe. I don't know. As always, guys, thank you so much. See you in the next one. Cheers.